one of the things is definitely like finding one reason is the culture. That's quite obvious with languages, right? What is it about language? I mean, why this language? Why this culture? For me, it's the first one is food. Food and music. Food, music, or dance. Kind of similar for me because it's very creative, right? So I would watch cooking shows, music. I would watch music videos, and I really like. I always looked forward to. See that I look forward to like buying or downloading. Back then it was okay, and just like finding the songs in that language, whatever it was that like resonated with me, and I just like put it on my MP3 player, my iPod back then, iPod, and just listen to it when I would be traveling, and just like I'm in it. I'm like, and I felt this sort of push that I was like, yeah, yeah, danska, yeah, elsker det, yeah, oh, yo, it's like it's just like one of those things. Sorry, I had to speak Danish there for a second because I felt like that mood, that sort of being in it, and I really, really like enjoyed that process. So it kind of motivated me. It was a self-motivation because I looked for that love inside me. And then what else was there? Oh, dance, of course. Dancing was kind of rare, but sometimes that does happen, right? So usually anything creative, but there's also history. I'm not talking about history classes, but maybe, but more like this sort of a feeling of, like when you imagine yourself being in this place and you kind of feel like, oh my goodness, this person touched this one, this happened here, oh my goodness, that kind of feeling. Like, why do you think sometimes people own antiques or they own, I heard about this thing where it's like some people are actually have stolen things from the Great Wall of China, like literally from the wall, like things that have fallen apart. They literally take it with them, and it was like, whoa, okay. Well, I don't know if that's allowed, then it's not. If it's allowed, it's allowed. If it's not, it's not. And I don't know, but that I'm talking about that feeling, like he wanted to kind of cherish that sort of feeling. That's like why you're there. It's like there's this energy that you feel that's like, why do I get attracted to that? So it's that kind of same thing, right? Being part of that, being connected. This is why I believe, this is why some people do that, or many people do that. So also, like, maybe here's a fifth one there that's like achievements or contributions to world culture. Kind of ties in with history. Like, for example, how vast the Danish Empire was. It made me think about like this whole sort of it's a sort of a natural pride where it's like, Sweden and Norway was under Danish control, and so was Iceland and the Faroe Islands, and then Greenland as well. So it's like this empire, even if it wasn't like the biggest thing, didn't matter. It was like this sort of, they contributed to that in a way where it's like they became part of the process of history itself, right? So that kind of ties in with the history. So again, feeling that connectedness. So that's number one, culture. Number two is sound of the language. Again, this goes back to what I said earlier about I love the way weird languages sound. Like Danish was one of those things. It's just like, oh, it's so weird. It's just like oh min Gud, jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg siger nu. Like, I'm just giving you an example of like how weird it sounds, but I love that. It's like, oh my god, it's not like Norwegian, it's very direct. Same with Swedish. It's like very weird. And I love the fact that that's what it sounds. Same with Dutch, actually. I love the way it sounds. Yeah, right? So, ik hou van dit taal. What does that see? Oh, I don't have fluency in Dutch, but it's this whole like, I love the sounds in Dutch, right? This is erg goed. Like, those kind of things. So that kind of draws me into one of the things why. For me, it's the weirdness of the sound of languages, and that's great. I'm thinking of now I'm thinking about, should I get into like those, what is it, what Bushmen language? What is that? The Xhosa? That's kind of interesting too. There are other reasons why I haven't gone into that yet, because of certain fears, to be honest. I'm just being honest about it. I have fears about it. Yes, I'm not trying to be racist, it's just the fears behind it. So third thing, so other than the sound of language, there is a third part to, there's a third reason, there's third source of how to, I guess, self-motivate. It's friendships and connection. Human connections, rather. But sometimes it doesn't always work that way, and that's okay. Like I have a friend from Thailand, I have a friend from Austria, I have friends now from Ukraine, his cousins in Russia, so technically that's still kind of Ukrainian, Russian sort of thing. People you're attracted to, probably, maybe, that kind of motivates you, like, oh my god, he's got, like, this one hot guy from my Instagram account, like I follow, he's in Czech Republic, and it's just like, oh my god, he's so gorgeous, he's so cute. So I thought, oh, okay. So there's that too. It's not as strong as the other ones, but I would say friendships and connections, lovers, romance, that might be a motivation, right? That's more of an external motivation, but still, that can be what can motivate you once you found someone and you just kind of want to get to know them a little more, right? Again, not as strong as the other ones, but that's still a good one. Number 4 is, this kind of ties back into the whole process itself, the fascination, the being adventurers or exploration, that kind of stuff. If you're able to find a part of your life, your experience, where you were always sort of in this exploratory sort of like, I remember what that was like. I remember doing this. I remember exploring. Even if it's like when you were a kid and you looked for little worms or spiders under the, under, like, what do you call that? In the basement, there's like some sort of space, and like sometimes some buildings have that. I don't know. Whatever. The point is that it's that sort of fascination, that curiosity, that sort of like, if you can find that, that's great. Because I don't know, for me personally, I don't know how to, I guess, increase that sort of feeling, that frequency, but we all have it. We all have curiosity. But in terms of like boosting that, I'm not sure yet. That's probably for another video. So I guess the 5th one is technically not a 5th one, but it's really going back to being present. Being in the body, inner wisdom and trust, right? And once you get that, you'll get that. I'm not really promoting the Wim Hof method, but in a way, yeah, I would say I could promote it. That after the cold showers, particularly the second part of the whole method, once I do the cold shower, there's sort of excitement that you feel. It's just like, you just feel alive. And it's a natural aliveness. I would say start from there. So, anyways, that's about it. I just wrote the 4 or 5 things to find self-motivation through of language acquisition, or any sort of acquisition, actually. I would say it still applies, right? But that's about it. I hope this helps. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys later. Maybe next time, by the way, before I do that, before I cut myself off, I might have to show some ways where I do find ways to self-motivate. I'll show some videos online, but I'm kind of careful about that. But anyways, thanks again for listening. Another time. Bye.